I'm a missionary by accident. I wanted to be an attorney, and then I felt the Lord calling me into full-time ministry, and I assumed I'm a pastor. And I had an opportunity when I was 23 years old to go for 1 year. Sherry and I had a 6-month-old baby, and serve in Jamaica. But after 5 years, we realized that we had to connect with international people. If they saw us, they smiled like we're old friends, and if we talked, they trusted us, and they would open their heart, and we liked them, they liked us, and we said, you know, this is not, we didn't work for this. It's just a given from the Lord. And then I had an opportunity to go to Manila, and we lived there for 18 years, and we planted churches, and I was president of a seminary. And then 5 years ago, we made the transition, and we're media missionaries now. So.
Which is the new place to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got UCB working in Thailand and the Philippines, both quite young projects. Let's start with the Philippines. Bags of Energy, a huge country with a hungry audience. What's it like?
Philippines is a very exciting, friendly, happy, chaotic kind of place. The average age of 90 million people is 22. And they're the largest group of English speakers in Asia. They're raised on movies, Western movies and MTV, very tech savvy. When SMS messaging was first rolled out, one of the earliest places in the planet was the Philippines, and it generated half the world's tech traffic every day.
Wow.
So they're eager, energetic, high literacy rates. It's a great talent pool.
So what's actually running in terms of radio in the Philippines?
In Metro Manila, we've got the home office, and that's where also our studios are, and we generate the national radio feed there, and also the netcast operation is there. And we're well connected to the Christians who are in media in the Philippines. In a large college town, we have a high-powered station that's operating, that's Lucena. And then in the south, the Muslim-dominated south, we've got Davao, and that is also a high-powered FM station. We published a word for you today. One of the things that we do for the UCB group in Manila is that we sort of play in sandbox. So whatever the new tools are, we try them out there. We started broadcasting and you realize, oh, well, with the new interfaces, you know exactly who's watching you, what country they're in, and if they'll give themselves a nickname, they can join the netcast. And so we do it with 3 people in the studio. One is the DJ, and he's pushing the program. There's 2 of them on the laptop over there, and it looks like the stock market's opened. Because as soon as the show goes, all of a sudden you see the chat box, and it's just rolling. And people are laughing, and you'll see, one of the girls at the laptops will start laughing. Well, everyone that's watching is watching on a computer, and they're following all the communication. It's complex. It also helps the DJ understand they're not always listening to you. And so now you just want to get in on there. And they say it's like a bunch of friends in the living room, and you've got your favorite music playing, but you have conversation going on, and it's working well.
What about Thailand? Is that a different kettle of fish?
Yeah, I moved to Thailand initially as a travel base because it's easier to move around from there into unreached Asia, because we have a real interest in helping the countries where Christians are going to be allowed some kind of media voice. We'd like to be there ahead of it and work with them and help equip them, coach them from the side. We have some really exciting things happening. In Vietnam this year, for the first time, underground churches asked the government if they could gather together. And the first gathering was at Easter, and they had 3,000 people gather, and no arrests were made. And then they tried it again at Christmas, and this time they had 10,000 people gathered. And, it's good momentum. And country by country, we start to see some of this new opportunity. And we just want to make certain that we're equipped for it. So in Thailand, we have a joint venture with another ministry called Emerge, and they're a training ministry. And so we're trying to set up, we're operating it right now. It's a 10-week residential program called Media Light. And they live on base, and they've come from 6 countries, this first batch. We limit the enrollment to 25. And we'll work on their personal life in the morning, spirituality and those kind of things. And then after lunch, then we change to media production. And they learn video production, internet ministry, how to run a radio station, And they just, we run about 12-hour days, 6 days a week. But they get a lot of skills, and they get a network of friends to stay encouraged with, and also to draw each other into their projects. When they need short-term help, they can just, email each other and move to assist.
Do you feel you're just scratching the surface?
Oh yeah, nobody will ever reach Asia. It's too big. You can reach millions within Asia, but when you're talking about Asia and 1040 window nations, it's 2/3 of the planet's population lives there. Half of them still do not have a clear awareness of even who Jesus was. It's just not fair that you live your whole life and the devil steals, kills, and destroys, and then when you finish this sad life, you find that you're not acquainted with the God of eternity, and we just can't allow that.